はい、皆さんこんばんは、100円です。ということで、本当に久々に100円ラジオやっていきたいと思います。一回ね、サボり癖がついちゃうと本当になんかサボっちゃうんですよね。まあ、今までいろんなゲストの人呼んでね、やったりとか一人でラジオやってましたけど、やっぱりゲストが来た方が、皆さん盛り上がるということはね、見ててわかるんでシャカシャカ鳴ってますけどね。さあ、今日のゲストの方、自己紹介お願いします。
はじめまして、私はアンディです。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
はい、よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。アンディさん、この前ツイキャスで一緒にね、アンディさんやったんですよね、放送ね。
はい。
そこで知ってる方は少数いるかもしれませんけど、アメリカのテキサスに住んでらっしゃる方です。
はい。
日本語がすごい上手なんですけど、なぜですか？
まだまだだよけどここ生の時3年ぐらい勉強しました。
はい。
で大学1年生自分で勉強しました。今2年生けど、I'm studying with a teacher now. So yes, I'm doing it the right way.
なるほど。今まで自己流で結構勉強してきたんですけど、今、大学で今ちゃんとしたクラスで勉強してるってことですよね。でもすごいんですよ。なんでアンディさんと今日コラボしてるかって言ったら、アメリカの方とコラボするのを見たいっていうリクエストが結構過去にあったんですよ、視聴者から。でもそういう人が周りにいなくて、それで、アンディさんが日本語めちゃくちゃうまく喋ってたんでと思って、それでお声をかけたら、ラジオで出ていいですよって言ってくださったんで、出てるんですけど、でも日本行ったことないんでしたっけ？あるんでしたっけ？
ある。
どこに行ったんですか、日本の。
3年前、東京、大阪、京都。
何日ぐらい？ How long?
About 2週間ぐらい。
2週間ぐらい行ったんだ。それでどうしても僕は納得できないんですけど、アンディさんが好きな日本食は、お好み焼きっていうねということで、今日は英語をね、いろいろ喋ったりしながら、アメリカに対しての質問をアンディさんにね、いくつかしたいなと思ってます。はい。はい。ということで、じゃあ、どうしようかな。もう早速質問いっちゃいますか？
OK。
OK です。じゃあ、アンディさん覚えてるかわかんないんですけど、一番最初の質問はのりおさんっていう、I think he was in the CAS やった時いたと思うんですけど、彼からの質問で、海外の大学に行っても年齢とか気にしないで大学生活を送れると聞いたのですが、本当でしょうかっていう、どんな感じなんでしょうかっていう質問ですけど、どうですか？
英語で、
いいですよ、英語でも大丈夫ですよ。
University overseas. So what is it like in college?
I think he's talking about like age doesn't matter. So if you're like in 40s or 50s, like
is that okay.
How, are you allowed to go to college in the US?
Yes. Okay, so let me tell you.
Yes.
I did the 2-year college, and then we have university.
Okay. Yes.
So, and I noticed that in college, there's a lot more older.
ちょっと待って。じゃあ通訳しながらやります。 アンディさんは大学2年生なんで、とりあえず2年間大学に行ってるんですけど、まあ周りにいる人はちょっと大人っぽいというか、もうちょっとアンディさんよりも年を取ってる人が多いみたいですね。OK, go ahead.
Yes. So, and then I feel like university, it's all the same age, みたいな。Everyone, who's a freshman, they kind of go through all the years together, so they're all going to be the same age. Yeah, so that's what my friend says. She went to the university first, but now she's at the second year with me, and then I'll be transferring soon to the university. But yeah, that's what I see, especially in my college. A lot of older people.
College to university is different.
Yeah, it's 2-year college. A lot of that's for basics, or because there's a lot of the ages, there's an older crowd there. It's to go back, slow. It's like a slow start, I guess you could say.
Oh, someone's calling. Go ahead. なんかね、ユニバーシティっていう単語とカレッジっていう単語が意味が違うみたいで、俺そう知らなかったんですけど、ユニバーシティは4年生の大学で、彼女が行ってるカレッジって2年、多分専門学校のことじゃないかな。そこでは結構年上の人とか40代の人とかもいると思いますね。だけど、4年生の大学行くと、Oh, you back with phone? Okay. When you say college, do you mean like a community college?
Yeah.
そういうことか。Okay. そうね。4年生はあんまり4-year university is typically younger guys だよね。
Yeah, I think so.
そうね。
And it's more expensive to get your basic done at the university. I think. And then the community college is lower prices, and there's a lot more people going.
That's true.
All my friends at first went to the university,
and
then they all came back to community college because they couldn't afford the big price.
Yeah, that's what I did too, actually. Well, I was so stupid in high school. I had a bad grade. No, I was. So I had to go to community college to get all the stuff done and get my grades up and transfer to university. But it's just, in Japan, it's not possible to do that. So if you mess up in high school, there's no way for you to make it up.
Actually, speaking of that, I have a friend here who is from Japan, and she's studying here, her English, right? And she's going to the same community college I am, so it's very rare for that to happen, because over here where I live, there's like no Japanese. But however, I asked her what it's like in college over there, because she's already finished her university in Japan. And anyway, she says that it's kind of difficult, and if you fail, or if you get bad grades and you fail, then there's no repeat. Like, her friend failed and she just kind of didn't go back to university, whereas here, like, if you fail, you kind of like either you repeat right away and fix up where you messed up, or you just kind of take a break, get a job, save up your money, and then go back. But I feel like there's you always go back to school here, and then when I heard that they don't go back, I wondered why. And she says, because it's so embarrassing. And I just thought,
I think if you wanted to in Japan, you can still go back.
Yeah.
But I have never seen anyone like that. It's always been close to my age.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder if it was just a girl thing or something.
No, I think it's same as guys too.
Really?
Because people suicide over that. Like, they study so hard in high school, and each starting from even junior high, they have to take tests to get into school. So if they fail that, and they have to wait a year for them to retake the test and stuff. And for the college, if they fail to get into the college that they're wanting to go to, then some kids just kill themselves over that.
I heard a lot about it, kind of. Like the suicide rate in Japan and the bullying. but it was kind of always on the back burner. Like I never really paid attention to it.
I see.
But I hear that it's getting a little worse, and I wondered if it's true or not, but I never really asked.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of,
But
I don't know.
if, like, I heard Korea is probably worse than Japan too.
Really?
Because there's not many places they can work, so they always want to go work at Samsung.
Really?
Yeah, I guess. And if they don't get into that, then they pretty much screwed. They don't have a job, I guess, or something. I don't know. It's just rumors. I'm not sure if it's true. But
That's the thing is like rumors, and I don't know.
But Japan, it's not rumor because I know that in fact. So we were just lucky to be in the US, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Here too, you'll have, the stories of, over here it's like more like bullying, which causes suicide most of the time, not necessarily studies.
That's true.
But, every case is different.
But the interesting thing though, like when I was in high school, I never got treated like badly being Japanese. Of course, when I first went there, people calling me Jap and stuff.
Really?
Just for fun of it. Yeah, and I don't think they understood the whole meaning behind calling by that name and stuff. But I mean, I was able to talk to the person and he apologized and he stopped calling me that. But I hear stories like bullying and people dying. I mean, did you have bullying in your school?
Actually, when I was in kindergarten, there was this girl, and she always used to make fun of my first name, but that's about it. And then, so I think that's why I kind of blocked out those memories.
Okay.
I don't remember any kindergarten years. And I don't know why I felt that was so bad, but I don't know, kind of just, I guess, made me sad. But I do remember her. And when I look back at my kindergarten picture, I X'd out her face.
Oh, really?
And so when I look at it, I think, oh my gosh, why did I do this? Especially at such a young age.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember. It doesn't come to me, other than the fact that, I do remember her being mean to me. And then, she was like a leader. So, when I guess other kids follow. So that kind of like, when you see that, and you're feeling it, you're the one who's getting bullied, you kind of get like, oh gosh, there's no one here with me to help. And I didn't have any of that, so I don't know. And that was in California, and I see the difference in the schools in California and when I came over here to Texas. California was like more fun, let's go play.
Yeah.
And then when I came to Texas, it was like, okay, 10 minutes of recess and the rest.
Oh, really?
Get down to studying. Yeah. And I remember recess quote. I don't think they have that anymore. It was like 30 minutes or more. It was really, it was pretty cool. There was a lot more to do too at that school. Like when there was certain days like crazy hair day or crazy clothes day, like everyone really got involved, and you could color your hair. You could do like a lot of, like you were allowed to do a lot of things on that certain day.
Yeah.
But over here, it was nothing. You couldn't do anything really.
Like, were you not allowed to dye your hair or get pierced or?
Yeah, over here.
In your school, you're not allowed to do that?
Yeah, we weren't allowed to do that. Like, of course, you have the regular piercings of your ears, and if it's subtle, you could wear it. But if you had like the color hair of green, outrageous colors, they would suspend you or you would get in trouble.
What? That's just how Japan is.
Yeah.
What? Did you go to Christian school?
No, I went to public school.
That's
I mean,
weird.
you'll see some people who have like the crazy hairdo.
Yeah.
Or like the bright red hair, or the blue hair, the green hair, or the hot pink. That was a really favorite color for a lot of the girls. And they would get away with it for a couple of weeks, and then you wouldn't see them for like a week or so, and that's when they finally got in trouble. Or then you would have the people with the crazy piercings, like all up on their lips or on their eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like they would get in trouble as well. But that was my time, and like when I look at my sister's time, she's about 15 years old. So she's a freshman at the high school. It's changed so much. Like you'll see a lot more kids wearing like the crazy piercings, and I guess they're a little more lenient. I don't know.
Oh, you mean now? Is she younger sister?
Yeah. Yes.
そういうことか。
So I don't know. It's changed. Like time has changed since I.
Please.
Since I
I see. That only restriction we had in my high school was wearing caps.
That too. That's another big one.
Why is that? I don't understand.
I don't know. I guess they find it disrespectful.
Wearing caps? I always thought it's like a gang thing. Like they could have gang mark or something on their cap.
No, a lot of these kids were like the caps were like for certain sports teams or states.
Sure.
The famous LA cap, or certain universities. I don't know. They're just these rules. I just don't understand them sometimes.
That's weird. So, in conclusion, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can still go to college in America.
Yes.
And you can even take a break and you can come back later. And even you fail, you can try again as long as you have cash.
That's so true.
Right. If you have money, you can pretty much fix anything here.
And you know what? Actually,
yeah.
I mean, it's part of the conclusion, but just to verify, I mean, I work with a lot of older women, and she's like my grandma's age.
Okay.
Her 60s, and she's going back to the university to finish up her degree.
It's her 60s. Like,
yeah.
what good is that gonna bring to her?
She'll feel accomplished. So
okay.
I guess people here do whatever they like, and she's already obviously had her kids, and she has a little grandbabies, and I guess she just, in her spare time, she goes to college on Saturday and she's going to finish her course and, get her degree.
That's just amazing. I guess you can never see that in Japan. So
really, yeah. That's why I think that's the difference.
The thing is though, like, no one cares what you do in the US. Like what kind of parents you have, or whatever you do, they don't judge you, I guess, most of the time.
Okay. ほとんどね。
でしょ？
でも、it really depends on your culture, I have to say. Because in my culture, it's like you have to, if you don't bring home your degree, my parents are going to be upset.
まあそれはそう、まあそうですよね。それはそうだけど。
And like within, I don't know, let's say, don't start and then take a break and then, finish. You have to like start and finish. みたいな。
ちゃんとアコンプリッシュしましょう。
Yes, accomplish.
そうね。まあそうね。だけどさ、so like if you go to New York, I guess.
Okay.
And you see a lot of crazy people, like crazy dress or whatever. I don't know, even guys wearing skirts or something.
Yeah.
We have that. We have that in Japan too, but as a Japanese, if you see something like that, like, oh, look at him, blah 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 blah, talking. But in America, no one cares. It's like, okay, he likes to wear a skirt. Okay, just let him be.
I mean, you're gonna have those few people that are gonna be like, oh gosh, he's so crazy. Let's go this way right now. Run. But like you said, there's gonna be the majority of us who are just like, yeah, he's a free spirit. Let him be.
Yeah, like, okay, can you be in my vine? can I take a picture?
Exactly.
So
that's so true.
I like that style, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is good over here.
I think so.
For that part.
For that part, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Okay, so Mr. Norio-san, that's the answer. Conclusion. Okay, next question.
Next question. Hi.
It's from, his name is Joey.
Joey.
Yeah.
Okay.
This question is, what do you like about Japan? 日本の何が好きですかって聞いてます。
The culture, the movies, the music, and the people. All of it.
文化と、
文化と
人と people
映画、
音楽
Oh, and architecture. When I was in Kyoto, I really fell in love with the architecture.
建物かな？建物じゃないな。なんだろう、アーキテクチャー。まあ、建物か。
アーキテクチャー。
buildings。そう、建物だね。
Okay.
お寺とか、京都のお寺とか好きみたいですよ。だから、アンディさんとデート行くんだったら、京都に連れていけば多分。日本のファンの方。なるほどね。
Yes.
So you pretty much just... So, my question. What is the first time that you got to know Japan?
I was thinking about this, and I remember in the cast, I think I said that it was a song, but I was wrong. The first time that I was introduced was everyone loves Sailor Moon over here. It was a really big thing. Like,
そうなんだ。
Yeah, Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z was really, really big over here. And I just forgot because it was English translated. At the time, it didn't really hit me like, oh, this is originally from Japan.
そうだよ。
Yeah, so that was the first time that we were introduced.
セーラームーンなんだ。初めて日本に関わりを持ったのはセーラームーン。Did you know those costumes actually is based on like uniform?
Really?
そうだよ。セーラー服って言って、like junior high or high school girls wear those as uniform. So
そうなんだ。
Plus, yeah, I think the author of Sailor Moon is making new ones now, right? I think.
へー、見たい。
She married a famous manga writer in Japan as well.
いいね。
そうなんだ。セーラームーンか。
Yeah, Sailor Moon. And then I don't know how I found this, but I think it was when Blockbuster was open still.
懐かしい。懐かしい。
懐かしい。
はいはい。ブロックバスターね。
And so, sorry, just thinking about it, it's like, anyways, so me and my dad were in there going to get a movie, and I came across this movie, and it was called Spirited Away in English. But in Japanese, I believe it's Tento Chihiro. And so, Hayao Miyazaki.
そうだね。
And so, after I finished watching that movie, I fell in love. The next movie that was coming out, once I found out who the artist was, it was called Howl's Moving Castle.
はい。
And I was like, oh my gosh, I must see this movie. I have to. And the first opening show was in, of course, Los Angeles, California. And so I had to wait a couple of months before it could come out over here. But yes, and I have all of the DVDs. The only one that I haven't seen is the most recent one. I think it's, in English, it's The Wind Rises.
でも it's gonna be released soon, I think.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for that one.
なるほどね。
Yes, so I've watched all of them, and I believe his son does a couple of movies, and I watched. In English, I think it's Sea and Earth. I'm not sure. Yeah, Sea and Earth.
ポニョ？
I don't know.
ちょっと待って、Google. Sea on Earth.
No, and.
Oh, Sea and Earth? なんだろう、どれだろう、それ。
I don't know.
If I Google that, I just get pictures of. わかった、これだ。ゲト戦記だ。
そう。
Tales from Earth Sea だよ。
Tales from Earth.
これか。This is one of his son.
Yes, his son.
だよね。
So I watched as much as I could, and so after I watched them in English, I watched in Japanese. After I became comfortable with Japanese and listening to it, I pretty much watched everything in Japanese, and I of course have to have the English subtitles, but I'm trying to train myself not to look at them and just listen and, try to translate in my head what they're saying. And then if I need help, I could look at the English translation really quick and say, oh, okay, that's what it means.
I'm so glad you like these movies because I can ask you questions.
Okay.
In my work, there's a girl that likes Ghibli as well, and she watches them. But it's been a while for her since she watched. So as we were talking about the movies, I asked them, some of the names, the characters' names or spirits' name, I wonder how they're translated to English. So maybe I can ask you about it. It's like the first thing comes to my mind is 真っ黒クロスケってなんていうの英語で Do you know what 真っ黒クロスケ is?
From
Totoro. It's like a dust fairy.
From Spirited Away?
No.
Little...
そうスピリットルウェイでも出てるけどトトロ一番最初にトトロで出てきたトトロ
yes, you're right.
So the girl at work said it's dust fairy or something.
Yeah.
They call it dust fairy?
But we don't have that over here, really. Like, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, but the small girl, May, well, what's her name in English?
Yeah.
May? What's her sister's name?
Well, in English, they just put it in, how do I say it? They use all the names, that are in Japanese. They just say it kind of funny. Isn't her sister's name
Satsuki?
Yeah. じゃないの？
そうだけど、英語でのプロナンセーションってなんて言うの？さつきとかなんか
No, さつき。
そうなんだ。でもそのメイちゃんがなんか真っ黒クロスケ出ておいでっていう。So it's like a song that they kind of sing. How are they translated to English?
だね。
なんて歌ってんの？
since I seen that movie.
やっぱそうなんだ。誰もわかんないのよ。We always ask this question and no one knows the answer. It's like, Black Fairy come out! Black Fairy come out! って言ってんのかなと思って。
I'm not sure how they did that one. That's so true. I'm gonna be like, can I look it up?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see.
気になるでしょ。
気になるよ。
なんて言ってんだこれ。そこだけ日本語になってるってことないよね。They're not gonna put the part in Japanese はないよね。気になる。これほんと気になる。Oh, I actually playing the movie.
Darn, they don't have the...
でもあるわ。書いてあるなんか。I'm just googling. It says... Pitch Black Blackie.
No way.
That's what it says. That's what it says. Pitch Black Blackie?
I don't remember
that. Okay. Oh, Dust
That's
Bunnies.
What she sounds like,
Dust Bunnies は Dust Bunnies.
Oh, Dust Bunny.
うん。ダストバニーズってうさぎ、 黒いウサギ、あ、埃のウサギか。ウケるな。歌を聞きたいな。ちょっと今度聞いてきます。そうね。じゃあ、ちなみに、which one's your favorite? どれが一番好きでしたジブリの映画で。
I'm gonna have to say, yeah, I'm gonna have to say my first movie that I saw, Spirited Away.
ああ、千と千尋なんだ。That's really famous in US too.
Yeah, it is. And at first, like, when you just watch it, you know, I never really knew that there was meaning behind it. I was innocent. And then kind of, I don't know, my friends told me, do you know that it actually means this? And they all kind of have some meaning behind them.
Like symbols, you mean?
Yeah, symbols.
Symbolism.
So I thought it was pretty cool or smart, I guess you can say.
ああ、そうね。
Yeah.
そうなんだ。じゃあ、Spirited Away が一番好きだと。
Yeah.
I like Kiki's delivery is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, that was cute. That was cute.
I just like how Kiki just kind of grows out of her shell and learns the world and
that's a good
いいよね。
story.
あれは耳をすませばっていう映画を知ってます？ You know?
耳？
耳をすませば。英語でなんて言うんだろうあれ。
Oh, no, whisper.
So whisper within とかなんか。
Whisper of my heart かな？I don't know. Something like that.
Whisper of the heart だな。
Whisper of the heart. Is it?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Yes.
It probably didn't make sense at all to you, huh? Because it's about like based on like actual Japanese real
Really?
life thing. Like because you're not familiar with like our schooling system and like
Okay, did you hear that?
あ、そうこれ。
Look it.
これ
Can you hear this? Look, this is how they translate it in English. So they say the Japanese names, but they just sound strange. So tell me if you can hear this, okay?
Okay. あ、雫。ああ。
Yeah.
まあ、so they don't change name ね。
No.
そうなんだ。でもこの映画どう思いました？ Did you like that movie?
I did. And I kind of noticed that these cats kind of led into another movie.
あれ出てたっけ？
Wait, was it?
あれ出てたっけ？ Howl
Yeah.
かな？
what was his name? You know the cat that she sees in the shop?
Yeah, the fat one.
No, not the fat one. It was the
あれか。
the Baron.
The figure だよね。
The Baron.
あれ出てたっけ？でもさ、この映画の最後エンディング？What did you think about that? Like how, you know, he said, "Oh, let's get married," and kind of finished.
I know.
あれはアメリカでないでしょ。あんなこと言わないでしょ。US では。ね。
昔でも今ないかな。
US はさ、Okay, you know, let's date as many people as we can and let's make judgment. じゃあ、そんな、you wouldn't be, okay, let's get married when you're 14 or 15.
No.
Like, that's a waste of time.
本当。
だよね。
In my grandparents' time, though, a lot of them did that. Like, my grandparents got married. No. First, they were dating, and then my grandpa went to the Vietnam War.
Uh-huh.
Then when he came back, they got married.
あ、そう。
Yes. but they were young when they met, like 15. He was about 17, 18.
Yeah, すごい。
So, I mean, I can say back then, and when you watch a lot of the older movies, you can see where they meet at a very young age and they kind of stay together. Have you seen The Notebook?
Yeah. No, I thought that movie is just... I didn't like it, I guess.
You didn't?
No. Do you like that movie?
Yeah, I liked it. It was, I mean, you know, I'm gonna be a typical girl here and say that it was cute, so.
Sure. まあでもそうね。Like that movie, they met at the young age and they married, I guess.
I mean, they met at a young age, some stuff happened, and then they came back together, which is, yeah.
Yeah, stuff
happened. Not necessarily everyone goes through that, but
she's so mean though in the movie. Like the first time they met, is it at like a carnival thing?
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh, yes. Wasn't she like trying to take off his pants or something? Like, だよね。
Well, because he was really pursuing her.
Yeah, but you don't have a right to take off guys' pants.
No, he was going to kill himself in front of her. That's I think that's mean.
Yeah, だけどさ、but then she was supposed to marry someone else, and she's like, oh, I love him.
Yeah.
And kind of, if you think about this in real life, she's just like not nice. Like, but I don't want to ruin your good memory with that movie. So,
no, it's okay. I've seen it 1,000 times.
1,000 times. Okay, I don't want to talk bad about that movie.
I guess your feeling towards that movie is the way I feel towards Frozen. And I guess it's really big in Japan right now.
Frozen?
Yes.
Disney one?
Yes.
I never seen it. But I thought it's like a big hit in the US too. でしょ?
It is. I mean, oh my gosh, you just never... Everywhere you go, you hear that one song. There's two songs. There's two famous songs. That Do You Want to Build a Snowman, which I like. It's cute. Okay, I can listen to that one. But Let It Go, oh my gosh, everywhere I turn, I feel like somebody is playing that song and they just won't stop. And I have to get out of the room.
そうなんだ。Even you go to YouTube, you see a lot of those songs. Like people
Yes.
singing.
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
goodness. And then when I went on Nico Nico every once in a while, everyone's playing it, but in the Japanese version, and I'm just like, I can't get away from it.
ああ、そうだね。でも、you know what some people say about that song in Japanese? Actually, some Japanese people think Japanese version is better than English.
Really? It have better meaning, or?
Well, I guess the singers, they think it's better, or some people think it's better. I don't know.
そうなんだ。
一回もでも I never heard that song, so maybe I have to check it out after this.
Oh, I don't know.
そう
You have to watch it so you can understand my pain.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I don't understand why it was such a big, like, why everyone liked it, you know? Like, it was alright. I find that there was better Disney movies out there.
ああ、そういうこと?
I didn't understand, and I still don't. And even my sisters were like, yeah, it's alright.
ああ、そうね。まあ、I have only seen preview, but I didn't feel it's anything special than other movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why everyone's like, it was like #1 at the box office for like so long, and I forget what other movies were coming out at that time, but I'm just like, that other movie was so much better than that, than No Frozen. Why?
You think Notebook is better than the movie? Okay. I'll decide. I have to watch now. I didn't really care, but now I'm gonna watch it.
Yes, please.
Okay. So in conclusion, Andy likes most of the Japanese stuff, but she doesn't like that one movie in the US.
Yes.
わかりました。じゃあ次、next question いきます。
はい。
石垣さん、日常的に入ってる日本の情報の一つとして日本のアイドルというものがありますけど、海外の方はどう思ってますかって書いてあるな。
Japanese idols?
Yes, you know AKB?
Yes.
Oh, you know. So, so many people go crazy over them. Well, they used to go crazy over them, like just to handshake.
Really?
They have to purchase like tons of, they even go to debt to purchase their CDs because this like a handshake ticket is included in CD. So one person spent like, I don't know, $30,000 purchasing all the CDs so he can collect all these, handshake tickets and rights to vote. So, because they have a voting
That's ridiculous.
things once a year, and whoever gets most vote will be center of the new album release, whatever. So, what do you think about that?
I think.
You don't care.
No, I mean, I guess for everyone, like, if it's a certain group or singer, and if you really, really love that, band or singer, you're gonna do whatever you can so you could get as close to them as you can, correct? So if that person loved, he obviously does, the group, he did exactly that. So, more power to him if he could, he somehow managed to get that money. I applaud him. And, he did some crazy stuff, I think. But, like, to me, even if I really, 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 really love this certain band or singer, I have more priorities in my life.
そうだよね。
And I just can't think even think to spend so much money on them. And I respect them and I really love them, but I got my life. and unfortunately I'm not rich, so I gotta save my money.
But I'd rather spend those money on myself than
yeah.
giving it out to someone else, I guess.
YouTube, that's why YouTube was invented.
YouTube?
You can always listen to for free the song or even on iTunes if you have a couple bucks. But even iTunes went up. I'm just like, what? It's crazy. The pricing on the songs.
そうなんだ.
Yeah, I remember when they all used to be 99 cents. Now they're $1.29 and up over here. I don't know how much they are over there.
No, I didn't know that. そうなんだ.
First, yeah.
I think the evolution of internet, people can just listen to free music.
Yeah, everywhere. I mean,
so they have to, I guess, increase the price of CDs on iTunes.
Yeah, that's true.
そうだよ. Because you don't buy CDs, Andy
Hold
san.
on it.
They have to make money other place.
I remember when we used to buy CDs and we used to rent movies.
そうだね. Now we never do that. You just turn on your computer to watch Netflix or Hulu or whatever. そうだね.
Yeah.
ちなみにさ、who's your favorite Japanese artist? I guess singer or band or...
There's a lot. I have a lot. Okay. But my favorite is in English. We call them One OK Rock.
それほんと有名ですよね。
Yeah, they became really popular.
なんで? Why?
なんでかな、本当に. I don't know. But that was my first band, right? And then I found Pay Money to My Pain. And they became my new favorite band. However, the lead singer, I don't know exactly what happened because it was written in Japanese on the website,
Okay.
but he just passed away. So, and that was about 2 years ago. So, the band kind of like, it's still up and running on Twitter, but, they kind of went their own separate ways, because they have to make a living. So they went into their own different bands. But at the time, I didn't know about, him passing away, and I just fell in love with all the songs. They had really good meaning. And also on YouTube, they would make these little, I guess, just short video clips of what they were doing.
Okay.
And they were all in California, and that's how he learned his English. And his English is really good, I think. So I kind of fell in love with them. And then I came back to One OK Rock because I noticed that the lead singer's English was improving as well.
Oh,
and yeah, and I kind of remember from the beginning. Well, it was you can understand it, but then if you listen from like one of the first beginning songs to now, you could see the improvement, which I think he did his best to do, and I applaud him to that.
They sing in English?
Not all their songs, but it's like
songs?
Majority English, and then you'll have that Japanese, or the song is like all Japanese.
So is it the band that's all band members all Japanese, but they're trying to be famous in US? Is that why they're singing?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
But I hear about them so much in Japan. Well, I'm not in Japan, but I mean まああれか同じかちなみにwhat was your original band that you liked? I want to find out why the lead singer died.
Yeah, I don't know why.
What's the name?
Pay money to my pain. PTP.
PTP. Oh, okay.
PTP. And my favorite song was Same As You Are.
I see Picture Transfer Protocol.
So that's what you have to do. Pay money to my pain.
Pay money to my pain. あった。日本のロックバンドである PTP.
Yes.
Okay, let's find out what's going on.
And I stayed up. They did this last live in Zep Tokyo. I don't know if anyone knows.
Zip Tokyo 有名ですよ。書いてある。That's 2013. That's last year.
Yeah. They did the last live. And it was broadcasted live on their YouTube channel. But over here, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I stayed up and watched it. And it was, like streaming live, so it would cut off, it would cut in and out, and I was like, oh. And so I have one clip on my phone that I recorded. And I went to work because I had work that day.
なるほど。
And then I went to work and I came back and I thought it was going to be a recorded live, right? And then they would post it on their YouTube, but they didn't. And so my only memory is on my phone, and I'm like, I cannot delete of the live.
そうなんだ。
Yeah, and it was just a tribute to, the singer K. So it was really sad. And I was so happy how many fans could attend. And I wish I could be a part of that. I really wanted to go to their live. So my goal is to go to one live of One OK Rock before anything happens. I'm not saying that anything will, but
そうなんだ。
I just don't want, I want to be able to do that. And I hear that they're coming
to US?
Yes. It's called the Warp Tour.
Warp Tour?
You ever been?
No.
I went about 3 years ago, and it was so fun. I remember when I was in my Japanese music phase, and then I kind of got out of that, and then I went into my, I guess, American quote band phase. Okay. And I was hanging out. It was with the people. Honestly, people affect you because my friends were all headbangers, I guess. And
okay. Headbangers 頭揺らす人でしょ、だよね。
Yeah, and they were really crazy girls. And anyways, we went to Warped Tour and it was fun. It was really fun and I had a really good time. And I wanted to go back, but I never did.
これどこで、where is they doing it?
Warped Tour is, I think every year starts somewhere differently, but this year it's gonna open up in LA. And then just depends on what city, and it just goes all the way.
Do you think they come to Ohio?
You know, I think so. I think so.
嘘本当
本当
オハイオ田舎だよ。
そうだよ But it comes to my area, in my exact city, which is rare, and then it ends in like New York.
So one OK look is coming with this warp.
Yes, and I'm so surprised because it's like the first time that an Asian band is going to be with them. Like, have you heard, there's this band called Fact, and that was another one of my beginning bands before I listened to Pay Money to My Pain.
Japanese band?
Yeah, it's all Japanese band, but they sing in English, called Fact. Fact, all caps.
Yeah.
And I heard they did a lot of lives over here in America.
Okay.
And I never knew if they went with Warped Tour, but you know, I never saw them on the list. But this year, oh my goodness, I was so surprised.
They're
and I really
coming
want to see them. They're coming to my city, so.
すごいね。そうなんだ。
Yeah. So I think it's really good for them though, because they're gonna, you know, broaden their fan base. Maybe they'll make new fans over here in America. You know, that they haven't already have made, like me. You know, we just, you know, if you're on YouTube a lot, you'll just related videos kind of get you different places that you never knew you could go to. So.
I'm looking at all the list of bands that's coming.
Oh, did it coming in your city? Are they or no?
One OK Rock. はあ、本当だ、入ってる。
Yeah.
すっげえ。
すごいね。
すごいな。こんないっぱいいんの？ That's
Yes.
like hundreds.
And you know, it's not finished.
Oh, so they're gathering more?
Yes. They always like release 20 new bands until a certain date. And from the time that I went in 2011, a lot of the bands, like the genre has changed. So I think it's pretty good because you got a little bit of like your hard rock, and then a little bit of alternative, and then a little bit of rap.
Ah, rapいいね。
Yes. And then I think One OK Rock is rock, a little bit of alternative, but it's Japanese, so I'm so excited.
喜んでる。
Yeah.
そうなんだ。
I'm so excited for them because, you know, like I said, they'll probably make new fans, and I think that's really good for them. And I don't know if they've ever been here in Texas, so I'm hoping that they get a good crowd so they could come back, because I don't think I'll be able to see them this year. I'll just be coming back from Japan, and I'll be like work. そうですよ。
大丈夫。オハイオに来ます。Cincinnati, Ohio, which is like an hour and a half away from my house.
Wow. They're going?
Yeah, no. I can't bring my kids to this. There's gonna be a lot of crazy stuff happening. I used to go to radio show, like not a radio show, but you know how like rock station in your city hosts a festival and they invite a lot of like rock band to the concert, and I see, you know, some of the crazy stuff that happens at concerts, so I don't know.
That's true. It does get crazy.
Yeah, it gets crazy for sure. So. But you gotta tell us once you go to the concert, how everything is.
If I can get coverage for my shift, I will definitely go, and I'm definitely gonna record it and tell you guys.
Yeah, you should actually do casting for us so we can watch what's going on.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
See?
I should do that. Good idea.
It says Texas is June, so between June 13th to June 15th. So are you gonna go to one in Houston or Dallas?
No, neither.
San Antonio? Oh, that's the one you go. AT&T Center?
Yeah.
そうなんだ。すげえ。Okay, so in conclusion, we found out that I don't know what's our
what was
conclusion?
The question?
What's the question?
Wait, what idols do I like? Oh, wait, we didn't finish though. The idols.
Yeah, no, we kind of did though, because since
Oh yeah, okay.
どうなんだろう。まあいいんじゃない? So you think it's crazy that people spend so much money?
Actually, the concept idea of AKB48. I actually recently read where they included a new member.
そう。
Did you read about that?
Yes,
and
like
it's a mother.
32-year-old mother.
Yes.
Yes, I read that.
Yes. ちょっとね。
ちょっと何? 何?
I guess. I don't know. I just find that a little different.
まあね。
Because first of all, we don't have groups like that anymore. I mean, back in the day, it used to be like NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys, boy bands, right?
はいはい。そうだね。
Or for girl band, not bands, but like Destiny Child, or what else was there? The Spice Girls. It's not, I don't know, like, I never seen so many people worship them as much as like the AKB48, or there's a lot of other little girl bands.
でも、まあ、it's not band だけど、Lady Gaga すごいじゃん。Everybody worship her でしょ。まあ、not recently, but Justin Bieber used to be. Everybody worshipped him too.
I mean, not every one of them, but the majority is like, girls. But yeah. But do you know, like, I don't know how to explain. Like, he doesn't have. Wait, let me take that back. He did have a doll. Okay, never mind.
Justin?
Yeah. I think he came out with a doll. And he did the whole perfume thing, and, So I guess it's kind of the same thing as in Japan, where they'll have, like, meet and greets. They have meet and greets as well.
そうだよね。
And they sell things of his, and I'm sure they sell things of theirs. So yeah, okay, they're the same.
They're the same. Okay.
They're the same.
Okay. See, but the sad thing though is AKB48. Most of the money they make will go to like Mr. Akiyama, who's a producer of the whole group.
Oh, I heard about that.
Then they'll distribute money to the member. But since there's like 48 members, obviously the cut's gonna be small portion. So my assumption is Mr. Akiyama probably takes like 80% of the earnings. Then 20% goes to member, and so. But in Justin Bieber's case, like that's great about the US too. First you make a contract. And in Japan, I think they try to jip you bad. Like they try to screw you over,
I'm not sure how it works in Japan, but yeah, I think so.
But I think it's fairly fair in the US.
I think, but yeah, I mean, the manager, has to get his cut, but I think the majority of the money kind of goes to the actual star.
だよね.
So I think over here in America is kind of a little bit better. And then but But then again, I don't know how Japan works, and it seems like they're getting good money because they're still doing what they're doing.
どうだろう。だけど、you know what? Justin Bieber got too much money, so
Yeah.
I think that screwed him over and just getting all these crazy tattoos and stuff.
He's weird. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him, so I'm not sure. But he used to be, cool, I guess. The first song that ever came out was that Baby song. そうだ。
And if you watch that video, he looks so young and innocent. And his voice too, of course. He got older, he changed, his voice changed, fine. But then, his whole style, his whole personality, I don't know. It's totally changed. And he got, I don't know. I mean, people make a big deal about him. And I think that kind of maybe has something to do with the things that he does, so that just to prove that he can get away with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's been in jail for he's been in jail for more than one time.
あ、そうなの？あ、そういう人なの？
I mean, just little things that I don't know. I don't understand why people pay attention to it, but they do. And that's, it gets him more famous because he's always in the news, so
そうだね。
it's just backfiring on.
でも some people wants to kick him out from the US.
Yeah, I heard about that.
だよね。
And they did this whole petition, and they got over 100,000 signatures to deport him back to Canada.
So stupid.
And the US is not commenting on that.
まあね。面白いな。
面白いよ。
そうか。じゃあ in conclusion, we have something similar to AKB here. I mean, the whole system-wise, idol system.
Yeah.
でしょ。
そうだね。本当に。
Did you know that we have been talking more than an hour?
すごい。
こんな長くなると思わなかったけど It's just fun just talking about all these topics.
It is. And I think it's fun because you have both perspectives, so it's even more fun for me.
そうだね。Maybe we can go last question. We can finish. ちょっと待ってください。あった。Please be a good question. これいいかも。Okay, this is a good question. 日本人、OK。ひろきさんからの質問です。
Okay.
日本人のおとなしい性格はアメリカの方からするとどう思いますかって。So, in other words, Japanese, is not too friendly to new people at first.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you feel about that?
I think that I find that they're more shy than anything. So
shy.
you kind of get the impression that they might, be stuck up or look like they don't want to talk to you or have anything to do with you.
そうだね。
Like my friend now, she sat behind me, but I thought, she gave off these vibes not there. Don't mess with me, but don't talk to me.
そうね。
So I sat in front of her, and but she's really nice. Like once we got talking, she was like, "Oh my goodness, your Japanese is so good." And I'm like, "No, it's not." And like,
Girl
once we
talk.
start talking, yeah, once we start talking, it's all fine. But I don't know. But I think that's kind of with everyone. If
でも、typically、てかアメリカの方は話すよね。シャイなんないで最初から。
Yep, you're always going to have this one person in your class who's going to be like the talker and is going to get everyone to talk.
だよね。
So, good for that person. Otherwise, it would be kind of dull. But, yeah, I think so. There's a lot more talking, I guess. Or, not talking, but...
lot of talking and a lot of body contact. でしょ？
そうだよね。
ジャパンないよ。
うん。
すっごい肩触ってくるのも、no! みたいな。
いやいやいや。
push your shoulder.
ほんと。
Then guys think, oh, maybe she likes me. でしょ？あれね、ほんとね、like first time I went to high school in Utah, like I wasn't used to having girls, give me hugs. でも so much of girls does that in US. Like, oh, see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, give me a hug. I'm like, oh my gosh, because it's just,
my god.
I don't know. I don't know. When I was in Japan, I didn't have a girlfriend, I guess. So I wasn't used to touching girls. The next thing I know, I was in the US, and from me though, like girls are having blonde hair, and I'm not being like stupid, but I'm just saying like American girls' body is more mature than Japanese body. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But わかるでしょ？
わかる。
でしょ？ So, like wow, glamorous, I guess. それがさ、OK, give me a hug って言われたらさ、びっくりするよ。
Yeah, I guess so for you. But I guess for other guys, it's kind of like normal because even at a young age or, in the younger school, everyone kind of hold hands or, the contact was always started at a younger age. So everyone's like friendly,
So,
here. I think so. And I guess you're right. The interaction is more. And so that's one of the major things that's so different. And I don't know why people in Japan don't really interact at that level.
わかんない。
It's like if you watch like I don't know, like some movie with that shows the high school life, or it's a little different. It's not always true, but the whole, hey, what's going on, like the talking and the interaction, that's true.
So.
I think I want them to watch that to see what it's like. Because not all of them can come and study abroad, but if they watch movies, they can understand like the atmosphere that we, at school. It's like every day like that. I think, I don't know. I don't think I will understand
Japan?
that part. Yeah.
I watched tons of like Sister Act 2, and she's all that. Yeah, that helped me understand the culture of US. だけど、多分 like what you're taught when you're young in Japan is totally opposite of what's taught in the US. That's why they're different. Like going back to World War time, they always thought the guys are better than women, and women had no right of saying their opinion in Japan and stuff like that. So maybe there's sometimes like that in US too, but we always taught, you're not supposed to be friend with girls and stuff like that, and they're, forced to marry someone. So your parents will come and say, okay, you have to marry this person, and it doesn't matter if you like him or not, you just marry. だからそういうのあったから多分 they don't express their feelings towards other opposite sex, I guess. どうぞ。
Same over here as far as, of course during that time things were a little bit different, and you're right, the girls didn't have a say, but for the most part, like, even though that time was there, we got our rights and stuff, and times change. So I would think that, with time changing as it is now, even in your time when you went to high school, the whole interaction was there. So why didn't it change in Japan? People change, time changes, people change with time. So why didn't that happen in Japan? I mean, as far as the rights, I guess, I mean, that changed, but the people, the personality,
well, how about this though? Like, here's the other shocking things that I learned in the US. So they're not, okay, ちょっと下ネタなりますけど、they're not afraid to talk about sex.
Yeah.
Here in the US, but in Japan it's different.
Really?
They don't talk about it, and you'd be surprised to hear this, but there's something called 性教育. So, or they teach you about, sex, meaning how to have child. In the US, your parents teach you that, but in Japan, school teach you that.
Well,
でしょ?
Yes, but they started the class too. Ever since I went to school, even in elementary, we started watching that.
そういうこと?
That's that class.
でも even you have that class, your parents still talk to you about that, right?
Yes.
ジャパンはさ、しない人いるからね。Okay, they learn, they can learn by themselves by maybe videos, internet or school. So, だからじゃないかな。So they just say, okay, stay away from girls.
So if you're not open with your family, then you shouldn't be open with other people? Do you?
いや、っていうか、so they're just say, okay, stay out of trouble, just don't get close to girls みたいな、なんか、その付き合うことはなんかまた問題になるから、so if you're dating someone or if you're close to, opposite sex, it could lead to something bad, which is not really, but so just parents is not open about having girlfriend or just associated with other. かな? My parents were like that. Well, they of course taught me, sexual proper things, but they weren't open. So when we were watching a movie together as a family and there's, sexy scene, like, no one talks in a room, like, oh, then my dad quickly grabbed a remote and changed the channel みたいな。だけど、
それわかる。
わかる? でも my friend in US, they're just so open about it. Like, oh, they're doing this. Ha ha ha. Type of thing.
There's always going to be that one person that's more open than the other. But yeah. Because I'm shy. So I don't really talk about any of that stuff. Like, I'm so like, don't tell me. Yeah, but my friends were open.
How about your parents? Are they just not there?
Actually, it's like mostly because we're all girls, so my mom just kind of takes care of that talk. But yeah, it's definitely, I guess she does, but I don't need the talk.
まあね。
We call it the talk.
The talk.
I don't need it because I saw at school and, these times there's a lot of talking going on around, if you know what I mean, at school. So you kind of like, there's no need for that class anymore, really. All your friends know, and then like, I'm surprised I'm not gonna say anything. So anyways, my friends knew a lot of stuff, and they just like, I get to talk, and that's how I found out. So
だよね。まあそうだよね。
ハイスクールで。
わかんない。でもいいと思うけどね。I'm just jealous how open US is about, stuff like that. I mean, from guys' perspective, it's nice that girls will come and give you hugs. I think so. And why not? I mean,
yeah,
it's
true. We're just friendly like that.
そうだよね。So do you hug people too? Like guys?
Yeah. It just depends on, obviously we have to be friends. It can't just be a total stranger because
そうだ。はい、そうですよね。But if you're a friend, then you don't mind giving a hug.
Yeah, if it's like a friend of a friend and you talk, like you just have to talk first. You could say hi and say a couple words and then, oh, the bell's gonna ring, see you later, and you can give that person a hug. Like honestly, it just takes a couple of words and you guys are like already friends. Like just a short conversation and that kind of just clicks it and you're good to go. And that's like the okay to give each other hugs.
そうなんだ。面白いな。That's totally different. So if you happen to go to Japan, just don't give out a hug too easily. They'll get shocked. They're like, oh, maybe she likes me.
I forget on that part, like, I don't know. I was talking about that with my friend, and she's like, yeah, we're so shy. We don't do that. And she was surprised too how open people were and how in the hallways there's a lot of PDA.
What's PDA?
Like boyfriend, girlfriend kissing and stuff like that.
Ah, okay.
Or boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh, come on. Okay, so thatまあそうだよね。絶対やらないよ。
There's a lot more here than probably in Japan.
Can you do that? I mean, do you think it's okay to kiss in public? どうなの? Because you're kind of leaning towards Japanese side でしょ since you like Japan.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it just depends on the person. Like, maybe if you guys really like each other, you don't mind about what other people think. And so you just do whatever you want. And, people shouldn't really be paying attention to your business anyways, because, you're a business. But then again, you're in the public. So, you are going to get those stares. So you should kind of be, thinking about others, because you are in the public. You're not in your house, you're not on your property where you could be doing whatever you want, and then you have the right to say something. If there's going to be somebody on the street saying something to you, you could say, well, this is my house or something like that. You have something to say. But if you're in the public and you're doing that and people say something, they kind of have that right because it's everyone's place, it's not your place.
なるほど。そう思うんだね。I thought everybody didn't care. だけど、そうか、そういうふうに思う人もいるってことか。That's interesting.
そうだね。
まあ、I don't do that, so I just never understood why you would want to.
But you at least hold hands, right? Because that's okay.
それはもちろん、yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Like, I'm okay with that. But I hear that they don't even do that in Japan, so I'm just like, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Like, I feel like I don't know, the person that I would, be in a relationship with wouldn't care about me, I guess. Because little things like that for a girl, or I guess even for a guy, it just depends. Little things like that matter.
そうだね。いや、だけど、I think if you're dating, then I don't think it's a problem for boys and girls. But after you're married, I haven't seen many couple that hold hands. Like here, you get a couple that's over, 60 years old and they still hold hands.
Yeah.
In Japan, but no way. My grandparents would never do that.
Really?
Yeah, never. ないね。
ないね。
That's just odd too.
No, I think also it's the time period that they were from. So I think that they're going to stick to that. And I would, totally agree with that. Like, they've always been like that, so why change now? And, they probably love each other. They have their own way to say that. But now it's different. And
そうだろう。そうなのかな。But my grandparents doesn't even sleep in the same room though. Now.
Really? Mine too. Mine on my dad's side. They were like that too. Like I said, it just depends on the time period and their way of bringing up, the way that they were brought up and how, I guess that kind of is instilled in them. And so they kind of just followed through that, But as my, when it came to my dad, their kids, that time changed. So, my mom and dad sleep in the same bed, So it changed. I don't know about your parents.
My parents still sleep in the same bed.
See? So I guess time period has something to do with it.
そうかな。まあ、that's possible かな。まあ、probably depend on how their parents were too, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, because look at my dad's parents, they slept in separate beds. But he doesn't. So I think the time period had something to do. Or not time. Yeah, I guess so.
Or I guess they're...
And it's not just one person, you're two people. So you guys kind of have to talk about those things. I don't know.
確かにそうだね。
面
白いな。So in conclusion, well, I even forgot what the question was. What was the question? なんだっけ忘れた。
Oh, I guess openness of American people. Oh, no.
違う。思い出した。I remember now. Because Japanese people are shy.
Yes.
What do you think? So, what's the conclusion?
What's the conclusion?
どうですか?
I think Japanese people should slowly break out of their shell.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's ever going to happen because it's just, I think the country itself, it's too large for somebody to want to change. Like, yeah, because opinion of the people matter. Society has a really big impact. And over here, you can express yourself so easily.
確かに。If you guys continue to make more Hollywood movies about that, maybe we're open up. What are you gonna say? Were you gonna say something? Sorry.
No, I don't mind that Japanese are shy.
Okay. So you like shy guys too? どうかなそれはないかな
違うI would want them to be open with me.
I see. Because little things you care, right? Holding hand, or expressing how much they like you.
Yeah, every once in a while it doesn't hurt to say, or do little things or,
確かにね。でもdo you say like word love when you're dating someone?
I don't know, I haven't, so.
そういうこと。いや、日本でlove って愛してるっていうフレーズじゃない？でも
大好きじゃない？
そっちか。でも大好きってラブじゃないと思うよ。
ラブじゃない？
愛してるでしょ、ラブは。でも絶対言わないよ。愛してるって付き合ってる時に聞いたことないな。
すごい。
でもたまにこっちの人ね、sometimes even though they're dating in the US, they say, "Oh, I love you."
Yep.
言わないよ。Even you don't say that to your mom or dad.
Really?
言わない言わない。
No, my kids are gonna definitely say that to me.
多分ね、just the word is just different. 同じなんだけど、なんか意味合い、the meaning is, I feel it's、なんか違う気がするな。気持ち悪いよ。If you say that to your dad, like, what are you saying? ってなるよ。
No, I always say to my parents because I think there's different loves. And the love for my parents and my family is it's going to definitely be different, you know, when I find that somebody for me. It's going to be a different love, but yeah, I always say because people in your life that you do care about are really precious to you, and you have to understand that, you know, one day they're not going to be with you anymore. And you never know when that time is going to come. So I feel that right now, that I can say, and I can, you know, hear them and hear, you know, them say it back to me. It means something to me. So I think that's why you'll hear it more often here. And I feel like when they're dating, for me, I think we're still at a young age that, and in the society now, I don't really know if we know, even me, myself, what love is. So I feel like that word is just overused. And I think that it doesn't have a meaning for, you know, dating in that area. But for family, I understand that meaning. I know what love is in that sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous. You don't have to think about it and just say it to your family. Because even English, I wouldn't say it to my parents. No, I wouldn't. Only person that I would say it would be my wife only.
How about your kids?
I don't say it. 言わないな。
You have to.
だけど just it's different. Like to me though, like sound 愛してる it just includes like なんていうのかな just love to like wife.
Well, that's why there's, you know, how one word can mean different things. That's why I have broken it up into different meanings. You can love, you know, you can love this dish of food, like, you know, depend on what you like, you know. Okay, that's one love, and then your family is another love, and then your person that you find in your life and that you want to live with, you know, for the rest of your life, that's another love, and they're all different feelings.
そうだね。だけど same word でしょ。
Same word けどちょっと意味が違う。
でもさ、そう考えるとさ、if I'm watching like Japanese drama or movies or whatever, little like the kids say to their parents, 大好きって言うんだよね。So maybe in other words, it's just 好き、大好き、愛してるっていう意味かもしれない。だから、まあ、to parents, 大好きとは、if you're adult, you wouldn't say it, but they say, いつもありがとう。Thank you for everything. I think in other words, that could be...
I think that's another culture difference because even, you know, my mom, she says, you know, that, you know, love to my grandma and grandpa.
そうなんだ。
But I think for my dad, it's a little different. Like, you know, I don't think he'll say it because it's just my grandpa right now. I lost my grandma a year ago, but he didn't say it, but he showed it.
そうか。
Yeah, he showed it a lot. He would say it to my grandma and show it to my grandpa.
Is your dad from US or is he from like Europe or?
No, he's
from
from
here. Okay.
Yeah, but he was born in Mexico, but he, you know, always grew up here in America. So I guess Mexican American.
There could be cultural, I guess. Different. I don't know. not sure, but
Yeah, that's why I said like, but I don't know. It is because like my dad never said it, but he always showed it. And then even on my mom's side, they will say it. My mom has three other brothers.
Okay.
And I always heard them when I was younger say it. I don't know. It just depends on the upbringing as well.
面白いね。If you think about it, it's just...
Yeah, and everyone has a different story.
確かにそうだわ。
But for the most part, in my culture, the Spanish culture, if you will, family is everything. And it's really close. So I hear more of, like, my friends are the same Hispanic, and we always are close to our family, and we always say love you.
Wait, is your mom from Spanish too? あ、そうなの？
Yeah.
そうなんだ。Okay, I thought you're half.
I'm completely Hispanic.
Okay, I saw your face in cast and I didn't even notice that. Okay.
Half of what?
そうなんだ。Well, because you're doing your 放送 in like pitch black. So.
It's dark here during this time, yeah.
そういうことね。
I do it during the day. You can see my face too.
Okay. Well, I noticed you're a little tan, but.
Oh, me.
え
My tan.
Yeah.
Yay.
いいじゃん。Why you want to be tan?
I've been trying to get tan because I can never get tan.
Well, you will be once you hit June or July. でもテキサス暑いでしょ？もう。
暑いよね。今日は33度。
暑い。
暑いよ。
もう you're gonna be dark really soon じゃあ。You gotta stop watching animes and you gotta go outside. でしょ。そう。
How about Hayao Miyazaki?
hayao Miyazaki.
Is that considered anime?
Yeah, Hayao Miyazaki.
Okay, じゃあ I'll watch it. Fine. You got me.
Okay, but you can take your TV outside since in US so many people enjoy eating outside. That's other thing I don't understand.
Really?
なんで外で食べるのよ Why?
You know what? I have no idea, to be honest with you. I think it has to do... I don't know, they like...
Sun?
Not necessarily the sun, but the atmosphere it brings.
Okay.
And you're not... Do you see a lot of families together, or friends, or a group? Or is just one person outside?
Well,
from what you're talking about.
They're in group. But I was in Boston 2 weeks ago, and Boston's really like packed city. So
yes,
there's a restaurant and people are eating outside, and there's like walking paths right next to those area people are eating. So once where we're walking by, we can see exactly what they're eating and what they're drinking, and they still want to eat outside. I don't know.
Over here too. I went to Austin a couple months ago. It's another major city here in Texas.
So and
so I noticed that from where I am and then comparing to over there, even though we're in the same state, it's a lot more different. Like the people are different, and everywhere that I went outside, there was a lot of those restaurants where you eat outside, but everyone had a dog with them at every restaurant.
Yeah.
I know, it's so weird. Like, there's a major group of animal lovers in Austin, which is a good thing. But I'm just saying, like, that's... I love my animal. I mean, I love my dog, but I don't think I would bring her everywhere I would go.
そうだね. Especially restaurant, you shouldn't be bringing that.
It's kind of like, I don't know, dirty. Not necessarily dirty.
Dirty って言っちゃったよ。 まあわかるけどね。
Mm.
まあね。You don't want to cook near your dog, I guess. So.
Yeah, or eat near my dog.
So,
I mean, that's like at the house, like, at the house is fine, I guess. If she's out and, she comes by the table, fine. It's in your house. But like at the restaurant, when you're with your friends and I would feel uncomfortable.
確かに。
Mm.
Weird.
It's a little weird. Like I found that just weird.
そうだね。
Yeah.
So, what's あれ conclusion 言ったっけも
Mhm.
うもう言ったっけSo we're just going off the topic. Okay. So, in total, we talked 1 hour and 30 minutes. We cover many differences of Japan and America. So,
Yes, we did.
interesting. I learned many things today.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
you've been in the US for a while, though.
まあそうだでも
Mhm.
でも your parents is from Mexico, so you had a little
Well,
different.
my dad was.
thoughts,
My
maybe.
mom is in California.
Okay.
She's total Valley girl.
いいじゃん。But different ideas. And
Yeah.
I haven't talked to local US resident recently, so that
in
was
a while.
nice.
Mm.
Yeah. So, well, thank you very much for joining the radio.
You're welcome.
So, are you going to do anything like internet-wise, starting a blog or starting YouTube or I know.
I think
Yeah. Go ahead.
when I'm planning on studying abroad within the next 2 years. So during that time, like just before I'm about to leave, I think I want to start my YouTube page and do last minute videos on my views of America and the university that I went to, and then vlog about the school in Japan and just my life from then on. It's my idea. For now, I think I'll just continue practicing my Japanese on my casts, and I don't think I'm gonna blog on the internet anytime soon.
Okay. So, but how often do you do casts? I think I asked this question before, but you're gonna be doing like 3 times a week, 2 times a week?
Yeah. Mostly during the week, during my week. American week. Not American week, but because when I say my week, it's like sometimes it's the weekend in Japan. So most of the times it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that I could do.
Okay. But you don't do it at set time.
No, I don't do it at a set time.
So they should definitely follow your Twitter so they know
Yeah.
when you're doing casts. I have one last question though.
Go ahead.
So
どうぞ。
the first time I watched your cast, there's a guy that I don't know, he was doing something. What was he doing? Like he was reading off the comments, but he was.
Oh, okay. In the cast you can do collab.
Yeah.
So, he was doing a collab with me, and he is a Japanese student, but he's studying in America.
Yes.
And so he came to my cast just like you, and he was impressed with my Japanese, and he says, let's do collab. So ever since that time, we've always done collab together, and he helps me with the Japanese like kanji. I can't read, so he'll tell me what it means.
そういうことね. Okay. I was just curious. Who is this guy?
Yeah. So we're not in the same state. So, but yeah, every time I do a cast, I would like for somebody to do collab with me or talk to me on Skype, because I can help them better. Like, I'll help you with your English, but it's gonna be the pronunciation and the talking, not necessarily the grammar part. I don't like that.
Grammar 難しいよね。
I mean, I can do the, fix the structure of the sentence, or like if you misspell a word. If you ask me, why is this word used and not this word? And I'll be like, 困るよ. I can't explain.
そういうことね。So if the viewer wants to do collab with you, then you're willing to do it?
Yeah, anytime. Anytime somebody, like I always say it, but no one does it. So I'm just like, okay.
そっか。まあ怖いよね。
そうだ。
まあ going back to the whole being shy part, I think I'm shy.
確かに。And that's why I always forget that, but I try to, put a nice face on and sound nice so that they don't think that I'm scary.
Yeah, scary ですよ。even from guys. See, they're not used to girls being open and, hey, let's do something type of thing. そうだよ。怖いんだよ。So, whoever is watching, please don't be scared of Andy.
Yes.
She's willing to help you learn English.
In any American cast that you go to, or English cast, because there's not just like from America. I noticed that there's a lot from like London or Canada. I think that we're all kind of the same as openness, and they're gonna be nice. From what I've seen, they're really nice girls or guys that kind of want to learn. If they have, written Japanese on their cast, they want to learn Japanese as well. So don't be afraid to put that comment in or do a collab if they request, because, they want to learn just as much as you do.
なるほどね。
Don't be afraid.
誰かコラボしてくださいね。アンディさんとお願いしますね。Okay. Well, I don't want to keep you too long.
楽しかった。
楽しかったです。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。じゃあ、いいですかね。じゃあ、OK. I guess that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.